Hello, hi. Hello, if you are joining, what you are joining to watch is a Back to Basics with a 3D foundation. And it's going to be talking about really to us mature gals. So hi, if you are joining and you already are a 3D foundation user, tell me in the comments that you use 3D and maybe let me know how long you've been using it. Hi, and if you are brand new and you've never seen this before or you've never used it and you're not quite sure, let us know that as well in the comments. Let me know that in the comments and let us know if you are a 3D user already, how long, and if you are brand new to this. Are you a brand newbie? So welcome, my name's Karen from 50's The New 50 blog, and this is going to be a tutorial where we are going to do 3D foundation back to the basics, okay? And the basics are what you see right here, okay? I'm doing great. I'm so glad you are here. So, Lori, you've used it about 6 months. Great. Yes, let me know how long you've been using it or if you're brand new since October. Wonderful. Okay, I think that's Betty. Hey, Betty. Okay, so 3D foundation is a very unique makeup line. I don't think there's really anything else out there like it. It's just so cool. These are all magnetic tins of cream makeup, contouring, and really foundation shades. We happen to call them highlights. So I think that kind of confuses a lot of us because we're so used to different terms and labeling our makeup, either a concealer or a foundation or, so truthfully, what's so great about this is that this is 3D foundation. All 4 of these, okay? And I like to match my clients to 3 highlight shades and a contour shade. So this is like a 4-piece 3D foundation, and we're going to use one brush, the buff brush, and I'm going to talk to you about a different way to think about this makeup. If you're already using it, if you're brand new to it, and and it just looks and sounds confusing, stick around, okay? So let's get going here. So what I want to show you is start with contouring, and basically, since you are using this as your foundation, all of these colors have coverage and provide, you want to be able to use them in at least in one, as close to one layer as possible, okay? So we're going to start here with contour, and this is a cream contour. I'm going to take the big side of this brush here, and I'm just going to brush right in to this contour shade, okay? And we're going to start by contouring up on our forehead, our cheeks, and underneath our jawline. So contour, really all that does is it adds a shadow or helps define the bone structure that we already have. So I'm gonna kind of come up underneath right underneath my cheekbone here, up a little bit like this. So you're kind of creating this upward kind of, I don't know, what do you call that? Like a half C, okay, like a swoop. And then you can bring that right up into your forehead. Now, if you have a taller forehead like I do, you can bring that down however far you want. Okay, so let's go on the other side. So my cheekbone is just right here, and so I'm just taking and brushing and pressing this contour shade right up underneath my cheekbone, up a bit, okay? So already you can see how that's adding, hopefully, helping to define my my bone structure a bit. So I'm going to bring it up again along my forehead. So I'm going to switch over really quick to the question and answer bubble. So I won't be able to take your comments, but I'm going to switch over to the question bubble. And what that does is that's going to allow me, I think I can do that. Let's see if we can do that. Good. Okay. Let's see. Turn off commenting and go to questions. Okay, so I think if you click the question bubble down there at the bottom, that little bubble, you can actually type in a question and I will see it. Actually, we'll all see it, so I can answer that as we're working through this process, okay? So somebody give that a try for me and let me know if I did that right. All right, so we're contouring up on our forehead, underneath our cheekbones. The contour is becoming part of my foundation, so you can even kind of start blending this in This is a little different way to think about it. Because you may think of like, well, you add contour and then you're going to put makeup over the top of contour. No, we don't need to. The contour is actually going to be part of my foundation, okay? See how that works? Now I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to come down here, right here, and contour up underneath my chin. If anybody has a chance, who did I have on here? Tara, will you type in? I think I saw Candace on here. Will one of you type in a question? Oh, there's one right there. Oh, cute hair. Thank you. All right. So, okay, I see how that works. Okay, so I got to pay attention to the little question bubble so I can see that. Okay. All right. So if anybody else has a question, let me know. Let me close that one out. Okay, let's see. Here's another one. How cold is it? Okay, thank you. Thank you for testing that. How cold is it? I should ask my husband. He's working from home today. How cold is it, Dave, today here in Idaho? I think he has his headphones on. He's probably ignoring me. Okay. It's cold and it's cold and it's beautiful and it's winter and we have a ton of snow. I swear we have at least a foot, if not more. Yeah, it's really pretty. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is, like I said, is now we're taking that contour along our jawline and pulling it down. So this is adding coverage to your face. It is part of your foundation. And for those of you who want to know, this shade that I just used is called Astoria. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is that you can use one brush. When the contour is a little darker shade, so just grab yourself a little paper towel or a washcloth, and you can just dry brush this right off, okay? Just to kind of remove some of that excess makeup. So what we want to do next is go into our 3 highlight shades and talk about them and talk about where you place them, okay? So let me close this down. Okay, so this shade here, when I color match my clients, I usually color match you to a color corrector or a concealer shade, a main foundation shade that matches your skin tone the closest, and this would be a shade like you would think of like your bottle foundation, right? And then a brightener or a pop shade, a highlight shade. Now, some people may say, well, that's my concealer. I put that underneath my eyes. Well, we're going to think about this makeup a little bit differently than you do your traditional makeup. And that's what's so cool about it is it's not hard. It's just different. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the other side of this brush and we're going to tap in to this shade here, which is my color corrector or concealer shade. So most of us over 40, 50, 60, 70, we have some type of discoloration. Either it's sunspots or age spots. I've got broken capillaries. So let's start there. So I am going to take and wherever I need extra coverage or color correcting, I'm going to apply my color corrector shade. And that happens to be called Mango. Can you see that? Do you see how that just toned down all of that purple? Tapping back in. So right here, this is where I have a little bit of the contour, but really what I have right underneath that is a big, huge sunspot, age spot. And so I want to take my color corrector shade and I'm going to blend that in. So those of you who are on, ask any questions, hit that. Good, thank you. Okay, Kristen, thank you so much. What brush do you recommend to do everything with only one brush? Okay, there are several brushes that you can do everything with. This one here is called the Buff brush, and I'm going to do my whole makeup with just this brush. So I'll show you that. This is probably one of my favorite ones to do all of my makeup with. There's also the 3D brush, and I'm going to just tell you all because I'm just come at you with what I like and what I don't like. This is the 3D brush. You can do all of your makeup with this brush as well. It's not my favorite. Okay, we all have our favorites, right? Okay, and technically, almost all of the brushes, even the detail brush here, you could do your full makeup. So I would say if you're more of a full coverage, medium to full coverage, the Buff brush, all of your makeup. This one's probably a medium coverage, the 3D brush. And then if you're very natural, you like a light natural look, this is the blend brush, and you can do all of your makeup with this as well. So that was a great question. Thanks, Kristen. Thank you. All right. All right, so let's keep going here. If you have any questions about what we're doing with the makeup, let me know. You can just click that question bubble. All right, so what we're doing real quick is I am tapping into my color corrector shade called Mango. And when I color match my mature skin women, clients, you're gonna probably be color matched to 3 shades. And one of them is gonna be a color corrector or a concealer shade. And I am pretty much sure that there's at least something, or at least some time of the year or the month, or on your face where you want to do a little bit of concealing or color correcting. So that's what I'm doing. And with this right now, I'm actually blending it as I go. So this is a little different way of doing it. What I like about doing something like this as you're kind of blending as you go, tapping in, is that you're not gonna put too much on. So sometimes, even when you apply it with your finger or with a brush and you're kind of dotting it on, you may end up putting way too much on and then layering over the top when you find that, you know what, just that little bit and I blended it out. I don't think I need to go and put more makeup in that area, okay? Because we want to try to keep this to the least amount of makeup as possible. All right, so we went contoured, color corrected or concealing, and now we'll go into our main shade, and I'll switch back over to the big side of the brush, and I can also use the smaller side depending on where I'm applying it. So we're gonna tap into that, and my main shade is called Sandy. We're just tapping in, we're not swiping. And again, I want you to take the time now to look at your face. Where did you already put makeup? Well, I already put contour up here, so I'm not gonna apply more makeup over the top of the contour, but I need coverage right in here, okay? So I'm just going to kind of start pouncing and tapping a bit and blending as I go. And you know, when you first start with this makeup, it may take a little bit longer than 10 minutes. It may even be a little trial and error because it's just different than what you're used to. Most of us have been using liquid or powder foundation, you know, for 30, 40 years, right? This is different. This is different. We can do that, just do it. But even though we've been doing that all these years, it may not be serving you and it may not be complementing and giving you what you really want at this stage in our life. And that's why I love cream makeup. So I'm taking my main color and I'm tapping in with this other side of the brush, and I'm just looking, I'm looking over here in the mirror because I can't see in my phone. I'm looking at my skin and I'm just kind of pouncing and tapping and applying. And if I don't reload and I'm just tapping, that's me blending. I'm just kind of doing some blending. Okay. That's enough. That really is enough. I don't need a whole lot more. Yes, I didn't want to tap off all of my contour here underneath my cheeks. You still want to be able to see a bit. You want to blend it up into your hairline. We don't want harsh lines, but we don't want to completely wipe off or blend out all of our contour. Make sure you pull it down on your neck, okay? So feel free to click that little question bubble. I turned off the comments and I turned on the question and answer bubble because I want you to be able to type in and ask a specific question as we're doing this. And if you're just now joining, we are doing a back to basics, contouring and highlighting with 3D foundation, and it's for us mature gals. We're talking about some of the things that are specific to us that are over 40, over 50, over 60, okay? And I'm 55, been using the makeup for a couple years now, been an artist for 2.5 years. And this is how I color match my clients, and this is kind of how, I think it's just a really great way to think about this makeup. So we contoured, we color corrected, we put some main foundation on. It's very small amount, it's very glowy, it's giving me coverage, but it's not heavy. It shouldn't be heavy, it shouldn't be super shiny, but you still have a little bit of luminosity to your face because it's cream and it's sitting on top of your skin. Now, the last shade in our 3D foundation is this shade here, which is going to be the lightest shade. And this is what I call your pop or your brightening shade. Okay, tap into that with the small end of the brush. Let's get a little bit on here. So a couple places I like to put it. I think it's great to narrow your nose. You've already put a darker color along the outside of your nose, and some of you can even contour your nose, but just by placing a bit of a bright color right down that thin part of your nose, it already narrows your nose and adds some brightness to the center of your face. Up here above your brows, and even here in the center of your face, this little triangle of light. Okay, and so it's just some brightness. Then again, as we're going, I'm not pressing hard and I'm not buffing it off, but I'm just lightly kind of pouncing and feathering, very light hand. And then I can flip the brush over and just kind of tap to soften that. We want some brightness, but we don't want it to be such a distinction. You want to be able to kind of blend it in. Okay. The next place that you can add some brightener is on the inside of your eye. So we can either take our finger and just dot a little bit right here. You see that? Just right on the inside where it gets a little bit dark. Right in there. And then take that small end of that brush and we're just lightly being gentle around our eye. I'm not pulling it underneath my eye here, but I am kind of pulling it down here. Okay. Oh, question. I gotta pay attention to our questions. Oh, thank you. Okay. I have not tried liquid blushes. This is a great way showing us how to apply. Well, thank you. Yes. So thank you. I appreciate that. It's a little different. So we're adding the brightness to the inside of our eye and pulling it down. Okay. So just a little bit of brightness. Not putting it right underneath because I already put makeup there. I already put my color corrector shade here, and I already put some of my main foundation shade, my main highlight shade. So I don't need to put more. You don't if we're older. Okay. Still brightening, still got that glow. All right, so I've seen a lot of gals. This is the new way. You come this way and then you do this to add the brightener. Okay, that may not serve all of us. If I put a whole bunch of bright highlight shade right here where I've got all these crow's feet and I've got some crepey skin, it's just going to amplify that. It's going to make my crow's feet and my fine lines be more obvious. It's going to amplify the crepiness around my eyes. So if you want to add brightness to this part of your face, look for your contour, go right above your contour, stay away from here, okay? So we can add some brightener here, like this, but we're going to stay away. We're going to take that brush, kind of push it over this way, and we want to stay away from the fine lines, right? Okay, so that's a pretty bright color, or, light color. I might have even put too much on, but that's what's so great about it, is just take this brush with no makeup and just start pouncing. The other thing that you can do, which is a must-have, and give me some hearts if you all have a perfector sponge or a beauty blender. With cream makeup, this is a must-have, okay? And we don't use our perfector sponge or our beauty blenders with cream makeup. You don't use them dry. It's just going to wipe the makeup off. You get them wet. You wring out all the water, you let them air dry a bit to where they're twice the size. They're damp, but they're not wet. And you're going to press. Yes, give me some hearts if you have a perfector sponge and you're using it the right way. Okay, right? So this is how you use a perfector sponge with cream makeup. You get it damp and then you can press and blend in. And that way, it's not, if I get too much of something, we don't have to start over. We can use our perfector sponge and we can blend and press it in. If you got it too close to your eyes and you did get it into some fine lines and you're noticing some crepiness, you can just do this, press and tap, okay? All right, so should I turn the comments back on? Let me see if I can figure that out. I didn't know if you had any more questions for me. So what we just did as a recap is we used, this is called 3D foundation. All of this, not just one color, okay, not just one shade as a concealer. All four of these create your 3D foundation. What is so great about having 3 highlight shades and a contour is that no matter what time of year it is, for some of us, no matter what time of month, whether we're having a rosacea breakout or we got sunburned, or now we've been self-tanning, or we quit self-tanning and now we are much fairer, we always are going to have shades that are color matched to you by me and a contour. So this is something that's going to work all year round for you. If you're in between shades throughout the year, let's say you're in between fall and winter and you still have a little bit of color to your face, you've been active, you've been out, you've been self-tanning, but you're starting to kind of get a little bit lighter for the winter, you don't need to go order and buy another whole bottle of liquid makeup in a totally different shade. You don't need to, because inside your 3D palette, you already have the shades that are going to work. So if you're in between shades, tap in. Let's say I'm usually sandy, but I'm in between shades. I'm going to tap into my sandy, and then I'll tap right over the top of my brightener shade. And now I have a shade that I've just custom created that I already owned it, I already bought it, and it's a custom shade that I already have. I don't need to go out and buy another bottle of makeup. It's all here. Okay, isn't that great? I think that's so cool. Okay, so to get color matched, okay, if you don't know how to get color matched, let's see, did I turn the comments back on? Let me see if I can figure that out. If you've never been color matched, comment below and let me know. I'm going to turn the comments back on. All right, comments are on. Hi. The bummer about these comments is when you wear readers and you want to put makeup on, you can't read the comments. That's what's so hard about it. But if you have never been color matched, let me know. Basically, how you get color matched is you are going to go to my profile, and I have a link. Just click that link and there's like a form. You fill it out, super easy, or you can even message me. So Shanna, yes, you didn't know that about the sponge. It was supposed to be wet. Okay, that's my fault. I should have told you that. Shanna's one of my customers. So yes, you always want to get it damp. You want to get it wet and squeeze it out. So what I'll do in the morning is when I'm making my coffee, I grab my Perfector sponge, my clean one, I get it wet and I squeeze all the water out, and then I just kind of let it air dry up on the windowsill, and then it'll be ready to go. This is what you want. You want it poofy, twice the size, damp, but not wet. So yes, so really great. I'll go back and I'll check for questions. So let's talk about color. So now we've got this great foundation, glowing skin, a little bit of contouring, but it's not over the top, and it's buildable. So if I wanted to add more contour, let's say, I really, you're somebody that really likes to contour, then you can add more. You can come in and you can build on that. It's buildable. It's buildable. And it's easy to add than it is to take away, right? Less is more. It's always easy to do that. Let's see. I got a question here. Well, I don't think so. Maybe I didn't. Okay. All right. Lip and cheek. We have so many beautiful lip and cheek. And if you're a newbie, again, make sure you tell me that you're brand new in the comments. These are lip and they're blush. And some of these shades you can actually use as a cream eyeshadow, and I'm going to show you that. So many, there's matte, there's glossy, beautiful shades. And they, like all makeup, everything looks darker on the computer screen and everything looks darker and more intense inside its compact than it is on your skin. So the color I'm going to do, I'm going to combine. I'm going to use this color here. It's called Frenchie, and it's a matte. And I'm going to tap in with my finger. And I'm going to use this, even though it's a lip and cheek shade. I'm going to use it as a cream eyeshadow. It's a really pretty peach, kind of a peach toned, really pretty peach tone. Isn't that just a simple eyeshadow? I mean, I don't really have to do much of anything else. I could take a little bit of translucent setting powder and just lightly go over the top. But usually I just tap a little bit of this on and eyeshadow. It's also lip, okay? Now, some of the matte shades, they're very matte, okay? So this is Frenchie. It's very matte. Some of us love that. I actually like a little bit of a gloss, so I like to combine lip and cheek shades. So this shade here is called, what is this shade? I think it's called Hollywood. So it's a pink. It's a really pretty pink. It's got a little bit of a gloss or a little shimmer, and I'll put that over the top. Just to kind of, I like that combination of maybe mixing, oh, wait, something on my lip. Mixing a matte shade with like a glossy shade. And so that's great. Just like how you can mix your 3D foundation shades, you can also mix your lip and cheek shades. So heck yes, they are blush. All right. So you can apply it with your finger, kind of right above the contour, but underneath where you put that brightener. Okay. We can blend it in a couple different ways. You can just keep tapping with your finger. You can grab your perfector sponge. You can grab the brush, okay? You can apply it with the brush. So you could tap in with this. Again, this is the buff brush, and you can apply it this way as well. Just tap and blend. And again, if you get too much makeup anywhere, just keep blending a little bit, or use a blender, perfector sponge, or a blending tool, beauty blender. All right, so does anybody have any other questions? Thank you for sticking around. Okay, yes. Hi, thank you. If you guys have a question, oh, here we go. Didn't get my question in. Okay, Lori. Can I use a bronzer over my makeup for a little extra color? Yes, and actually we have cream bronzer that you can put right inside your compact. So you can use bronzer in a couple different ways. This is bronzer. This one's called Bella. It's a cream. You can use bronzer underneath, almost like a self-tanner before you put on your 3D foundation. And you can also use it over. So I learned this the other day. I did a live with a couple fellow artists about how they apply their bronzer. So this is the blend brush. It gives me a little bit more control because I'm very messy with my makeup. So go ahead and swirl in. This is a cream bronzer. And where would you put bronzer? Well, where does the sun usually hit your face? So probably up here at the highest part of your forehead, right? Don't we always get a little bit sunburnt right here? Usually we get sunburned on our temples and the highest part of our cheeks. So we can dust a little bit. And this is cream. So we're just kind of, I guess we're not really dusting it, but really just softly blending a little bit. Put some on our nose, or even right across this part of your cheeks. Sometimes you get a little burnt right here. We don't want to, but sometimes it happens. So yes, you sure can. And so you can warm up your skin by adding bronzer that way. And you can also add as much or as little as you want, as much as you like to bronze, wherever you want, to add some color. And I love it because it's also in a tin that goes right into your compacts, okay? So they just magnetize right in, and you can fill up your compact with whatever you want, from eyeshadows to your 3D foundation. So lots of different sizes that you can get. Okay, so let's see if anybody else has another question for me. Maria, love using lip and cheek on my eyes, even as a primer. Yes, definitely. So I used the Frenchie matte lip and cheek color as an eyeshadow, okay? It makes a great primer, all right? So if I wanted to, we can go ahead and take some eyeshadows. Grab an eyeshadow brush. And we've got this down as like a cream primer or just a cream base. And we could go in with a complementary color. That might be Zion. Kind of like a pretty terracotta. And then we can build on that, right? So we've got the cream base. And now we can go in and add an accent shade right over the top. Just a very simple, just an extra color. You just even up my eyes. So that's really great tip. Yes. I'm not going to take too much time. I'll fiddle with it later. So great. Maria, thank you. That was really great. Oh, thank you. Oh shoot. I'm sorry that Instagram is kicking you off. I might have a bad connection, darn it. Yes, I'll definitely save this. And if you can watch it later, you sure can. Okay, so is it normal to have a few breakouts? So just like any time you change any type of makeup, this is such a moisturizing cream makeup. It sits on top of your skin. You really shouldn't be breaking out, but sometimes your skin may be like, wait a minute, where's all this moisture coming from? And it's different. So, give it a week, give it a week or two, let your skin adjust to a new product, but it's very safe makeup. It has very minimal ingredients. So, and I would also say, definitely less is more. So again, keeping your makeup to the least amount possible, blending it out before you add more is really important. And then when you're all done, you do want to set this makeup with a setting spray. This is a water-based setting spray. You can spray your face. You can spritz it on that damp Perfector sponge and go in and set the makeup all over your face. So set that for the day, let that dry, and that really helps. If you are more oily or combination skin, you can go in and add a little bit of translucent setting powder. But I think you'll find that if you are not overusing the makeup and you're color matched to the right shades, so you're using the least amount to get the coverage you want because you've got the right shades, a little bit of setting spray should hold your makeup all day. So I hope that was good information. Okay. Put a little on this side too. Well, that is my take on getting you back to the basics and just showing and sharing how a different way to think about your makeup. 3D foundation, contour, and 3 highlight or foundation shades together creating your foundation. So this is one of the 4-piece palettes. I used 1 brush, a little bit of setting spray, a beauty blender or Perfector sponge. I picked a couple lip and cheek shades, but you could mix this makeup if you already have some blush. You can use it with different types of blush. So if you want to get color matched, just reach out to me, message me, direct message me. That's great. And there's a link in my profile. You can just click on that and free color match, and I'll go to work and get it done for you. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.